This is my third time filming this. But anyway, I wish I was joking. The super rich are injecting blood from teenagers to gain immortality. And this is from the BBC. Not that they're super trustworthy or anything, but like, come on, if you're spiritual, if you're in the occult, UFO alien sphere of the internet, you've heard of this before. This article came out in 2017. Remember in 2020, we all had this collective big spiritual awakening because we were quarantined, stuck at home, we had nothing better to do. And there was a thing that came out very similar to this, but a lot more nefarious. And I can only say a portion of the word. This video is going to get taken down. Adrena, and the last part of the word ends with or rhymes with ohm. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So this article says the new treatment comes on the back of several studies over the last 17 years in which Stanford researchers have shown the joining of circulatory systems known as parabiosis between old and young mice can be effective in rejuvenating organs, muscles, and stem cells. Additionally, a study last year found that the plasma of young people itself had a rejuvenating effect when injected into older mice. Now, the rest of this article talks about the ethical issues with this, which there are tons. But going back to what I said about Adrena, just imagine if teenagers can rejuvenate older people. What do you think infants or babies could do? I saw synthetic Adrena being sold on AliExpress or Alibaba around 2020. And when it became popular, I literally screenshotted it. And then all of a sudden my screenshots disappeared. I wish I was joking. It disappeared from my phone. When this news broke out and became popular because everybody was having a spiritual awakening in 2020, suddenly these listings were taken down off of AliExpress and Alibaba. Again, if you're spiritual, none of this is shocking you. The reason why I brought up this article, again, is because it resurfaced on my TikTok feed and I feel like I have to talk about it. If we are to entertain that the people who control this realm are not actually people and they're more so like extraterrestrials and aliens, just like how we see pig, sheep, all of that as livestock and we eat it, it is not ridiculous to say that they do the same thing to us. And if in case, let's say, we're not ruled by these extraterrestrials, they're not here, they don't exist. Well, there is another apex predator, which are the ones in current control right now, that have built their empire and refuse to let it go. And this is why they want to live forever. A lot of you guys say it's fear of the afterlife because they have done so many horrendous things that they don't want to meet their maker. But honestly, I feel like for most of them, it's just pure greed. They don't want to give up their kingdom because it's just too much fun here. They have too much control here. There have also been many celebrities back around 2018, 2019, before the pandemic, in which they would go on interviews saying like, oh, like the interviewer would be like, oh, your skin is so great. What have you been doing? And they would joke like, oh, babies, that's what I use. And you think I'm joking, but a lot of you guys have seen those interviews. Now you're probably asking, well, if they see us as livestock, why don't they just end us all? Because we're just so annoying, like it's clear that they hate us. Whatever is in control does not like us, looks down on us. Well, if I were a farmer and I needed 100 sheep to make sure my clan stays alive, because I care about my clan are human beings. I see them as the same, the equal footing. If the optimal number of sheep to keep everybody alive is 100, I'll keep it at 100. But if it's 150, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to kill the extra 50 sheep for maybe extra meat or sell it to somebody else. This is where you get the term like galaxy trafficking. I'm not even joking. Like people who have been abducted say that this is a real thing in which they exchange humans for other goods. But do you see how that makes sense here? This is the reason why they need us, because we keep the system alive. But too much of us, I wouldn't be so sure that they're going to be so kind. And this alludes to the Georgia Guidestones. Now, if you don't know what the Georgia Guidestones are, it's these huge guidestones that appeared overnight. And they were basically saying that, the human population by a certain time would only be 500 million. Well, there are 9 billion people on this planet right now. It's almost like they're saying, it's not like we didn't warn you. It's not like we didn't leave a trail of crumbs for you to figure all this out. And I'm going to repeat what Candace Owens says. Regardless if you follow her or you don't, what she said is true. If you're not a conspiracy theorist by now, you're kind of stupid. Anyway, if you want to learn more about the truth of this matrix system, why are we here, the angelic nature of human DNA, yes, fallen angels, what they want from us, my book, Made in God's Image, is linked in my bio. I talk about things in my book that I can't say here. Because if you have been following me since 2022, I've been banned for 3 times now.